All right, before we get into the shave, I do want to mention one thing, is that Johan over at Shave&Butcher is holding another raffle for the Cure for Parkinson's for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. There will be information regarding the raffle in the description below. There are currently 9 wonderful prizes available. So I highly recommend everyone check it out. If you are able to, please donate as well. And now, let's get on with the shave. Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight, I'm starting a challenge. You've seen the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge going around. I did that a little bit ago. There'll be a link or a pop-up here or link in the description below. But I was talking to Shave326 and a couple other people, and we thought it'd be fun to do a different kind of challenge. And that is what I am calling the Highlander challenge, or as Marion the Barbarian called it, the Lord of the Rings challenge, where there can be only one. So, with that in mind, the details of this challenge are: what soap, razor, blade, brush, what else is there? Aftershave splash or balm. If you are a bowl latherer, you get a free pass there. Oh, and the pre-shave. So that is the information on this tag, or this challenge here, that I am issuing. And I will issue my tags a little later on. Now, if I were to use a pre-shave, I would be using the Cube 2.0. But right now, with how I have my lather made up, I don't really need the pre-shave. So let's get into the equipment. The soap, probably gonna be no surprise to anyone. That is Black Amber Vanilla from WSP. This is my all-time favorite scent of anything I have in the den. Partially because it's also my wife's favorite scent. So I'm assuming she's gonna be with me on this desert island, or if I can only use one soap for the rest of my life, she's here, I'm gonna pick her favorite. The brush should also come as no surprise. That is Deadpool from none other than Craving Shaving. The reason I chose this is, one, again, my wife commissioned this brush for me. It's a synthetic knot, has good backbone, so if I need to bowl lather, I can very, very easily. Or if I want to pull soaps, or the soap from the tin with WSP to face lather, I can do that as well. And the razor is, this one was actually pretty hard. Now, I won't lie, as far as the soap, I struggled between, again, choosing Kapali or, yuck, tastes nasty, or Black Amber Vanilla. When I think of my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge, I chose Kapali because I could easily get it out. Get the soap out if I were to bowl lather. But if I'm using one soap and one brush, in all honesty, if I wanted to load it out of the metal tub, I would. I wouldn't be too worried about it rusting because I'm using it every day, and it would go out a lot faster. And WSP, it's a phenomenal soap. I absolutely love it. It's consistently in my top 5 as far as bases and products and everything else is concerned. Now the aftershave splash, which you'll see as well, the matching splash, Black Amber Vanilla. And if I were to match that with a balm-like substance, that would be Star Jelly from PAA with a slight menthol kick, unscented with menthol, because it's awesome. Now the razor, that was the hardest part, because for some reason I've really become more of a Chevette shaver lately, but I don't want to use a Chevette on my head all the time. So I have to go back to my trusty favorite razor of all time, the Blackland Sabre. I have plate 2, but if you have an adjustable razor, I'm gonna give you a pass. Like if you have the Rockwell or the Carve or the Blackland Sabre or a Progress Merger, whatever. You can use whichever setting. So with this one, I have both plates, plate L1 and L2. L2 is my daily driver. But if there are those instances where I have a rough shave, and just wanting something a little bit less aggressive, less efficient, I'd go for the L1. But the L2 is my daily driver when I use this. Because I love this thing. It's an absolutely brilliant razor, brilliant design. It's efficient, it is smooth, it feels good in the hand. Now the only downside of choosing this razor is I travel for work, normally. So I have to take this on the airplane with me. And I've had luggage get lost, which royally sucks. And if you have a $200 razor in your suitcase and it gets lost, it's not a good thing. Luckily, Blackland's still around, and they're still making the razor. So that's just a bonus there. I can just get it replaced. The brush, it's one of a kind. Though I'm sure if I asked nicely enough and paid enough, I could get Charles to make me another one. Maybe a little bit of a bribe too. Oh man. You see that? It's part of the reason I love this razor. It's so smooth. It's gorgeous. Now, as far as tags, I had got a huge list of people who were willing to be tagged in this. I know the norm is to tag 3 people. I'm gonna tag 4. I've already talked to all these individuals, they know what's coming. I am tagging Ken over at Shave326, as this was initially his idea. He told me I could do it, I could start the tag. So Ken, thank you for that. So Hawaii, big dude, Shave326, you're tagged. The second person I am tagging is none other than Marion the Barbarian. Or, actually I want to see this one. I'm going to tag Marianne the Librarian. So we're going to tag Marianne in this one. And then I'm also tagging Jack over at the Virtual Groom Room. And the Chief with Shaving with Chief. All these 4 individuals know that the tag is coming. They've agreed to do it. I'm very curious on what everyone will do. I have a pretty good idea what Marianne is going to do with the soap. But I'm also very curious to see what the razors and everything else are for everyone else. Be interesting. So for these of you that have been watching the channel for a little bit, know that normally when I travel, I do my travel videos in a spotlight where I'm traveling for work. I've been home for a while. I haven't traveled since March. I'm going nuts. I've traveled for 13 years. But since March, you've seen a little bit of change in the scenery in the den. That's because I moved, obviously. And we're in a brand new neighborhood. And our home was the first home built in this section of lots. So we moved in, and then almost 4 weeks or so later, about a month, the next door moved in. They're closing tomorrow. We don't have really neighbors right now. We have people that live on our street a little bit up the block a little ways. We just got neighbors about 3 weeks ago. No, 2 weeks ago? Right next door. They just put the foundation for the home behind us and the home across the street from us. So I've had a lot of construction noise during work hours, which is a lot of fun. Especially when you're training brand new doctors on how to use software. A lot of fun. But anyway, a little while ago, my wife is out she's out in the yard, dirt, because we're still putting in our sprinkling system. And the next door neighbor that's closing tomorrow happened to be at his place, and they were talking about fences and everything else. And found out that his first name is our last name, which is kind of cool. Here's the kicker. His husband's name is my first name. What are the odds? So every time I refer to our soon-to-be next-door neighbors, I can't refer to them in the same way as I refer to myself. That's just weird. So it's always Tyler and Jeremy, not the other way around. I can't bring myself to do it. I haven't met them yet. Obviously, my wife Angela has met Tyler. Says he's a really nice guy. We saw them today. They're doing their final walkthrough before they sign on the house tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to meeting them. I mean, although I'm sure they've already had that joke amongst themselves, my wife and they sure as heck have. But younger couple. I think my wife said they have a 3.5-year-old son, 2.5-year-old, 3-year-old son, something like that. Which is perfect because my youngest is about that same age. So my youngest kid will have someone to play with, which is awesome. It'd be weird interesting to have them move in. I mean, it has to have neighbors. Dang, I love the scent. And really, I could have gone with so many scents on here. There's so many phenomenal scents out there. But I had to go with what the wife loves, and luckily I love it too. I've already made comments to Mel at WSP that hopefully they don't discontinue this scent. I'd be very disappointed. Luckily, it's one of the staff's favorites too, so hopefully we're good for a while. I think I've already mentioned in another video, I already made similar threats to Douglas at WSP for Capali. I've been to Douglas's shop. I know where he works. I think this blade might be getting toast. Both places I've been to their location, place of business. It's an 11-hour drive nonstop. I will make that drive if these scents are ever discontinued. Fair warning, Mel, WSP, Douglas, PAA. Like you guys watch. Beautiful. This scent is just so good. WSP soaps, if you haven't tried them out, seriously, give them a try. I know the tins turn off a lot of people. CDB, being one of them. He and I have had this discussion numerous times. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of the tins. I understand why he uses them. I get it. He likes the rustic look behind it. Kind of that old school feel. Maybe just got myself my upper lip there. Did I get it? I don't know. We'll see. But I wish they were a little bit bigger. Because even though I bowl leather 99.999% of the time, on those off chances where I do want to face leather or not scoop out of the tub, it'd be nice to be able to have that slightly bigger gap. And plus the tins can rust. But in reality, if I'm using one soap for the rest of my life, or if I'm stuck in a desert island and only have one soap with me, I'm not gonna care if I load out of here because I'll be drying it out anyway. No. Won't be that big of a deal. Or as big of a deal, I should say. So here, plenty of residual. Post is phenomenal. As I mentioned, every time I've used WSP. Scent is just, seriously, it is amazing. Huge winner for me. I got the splash in a giveaway a while ago, which was my introduction to WSP. And instantly fell in love with the scent. Wife fell in love with it. So that is what started my love affair with WSP. And I kept looking at getting the soaps. I kept wanting to get the soaps. Never did. And then we went down to Arizona vacation. Stopped in at WSP. Their shop was only 10 minutes from my hotel. All right, now we can do the aftershave. Start off with the Star Jelly. So went to their shop one day, met Melanie, got a tour of the shop, smelled some other scents that I had, and picked up a couple, or smelled some other soaps, some scents that I was interested in. Whew, that's nice. And of course I had to get Black Amber Vanilla and a few other soaps, and then I think I went from there straight down to PAA and made the purchase at PAA. We're gonna finish it off with none other than the Black Amber Vanilla Matching Splash. One thing that's great about WSP as well is for you frag heads. I will be smelling this tomorrow when I get in the shower. They are long lasting and they are all awesome. This is a longer video. A little bit of burn, a little bit of alcohol, but can't complain. Oh man, feels good. And that just mix that with the menthol feeling of the Star Jelly. It's gorgeous. So anyway, that is my Highlander challenge shave. So shaving with the Chief, Jack from the Virtual Groom Room, Marion the Barbarian, Big Dude Hawaii, Shade 326. You four gentlemen are tagged. I look forward to seeing what you do. Y'all have a good one.